Hey everyone, it's Natalie and welcome back for today's video. So today is all about how to sell anything. If you're an entrepreneur, just stay with me. So a lot of times in entrepreneurship, we think of this amazing product or this bomb service to sell. We start our websites with excitement, we get on social media with expectations, and then our only strategy is to say, hey y'all, buy this. However, when they come, you're met with crickets, which looks like getting website visitors but no buyers, or getting social media likes but no sales. And so the question is, okay, now that we have this business, how can we actually start to make sales consistently in this business? I'm not going to lie to y'all. When I started my business, I was in the very same position. If you're new to me, my original business was called True Co Styles, and it was an online clothing boutique, and there was absolutely no strategy behind it besides the fact that I had some cute clothes, or what I thought were cute clothes. I wanted to sell clothes to women who wanted to look cute. But the honest truth is, when you're starting out and that is your only strategy, nobody really cares. It is our job as entrepreneurs to make them care, to show them how our products or services can actually benefit them. So this is why every single business, including yours, needs a brand. And so today's topic is all about branding 101. Okay, let's get into it. First of all, let's kind of get into what a brand actually even is. If you Google brand definition for marketing or for business, there are so many definitions. On one end, branding can just be the visuals of your business, your logo, symbols, fonts, and color scheme. Or on another hand, in marketing and in business, a brand can also describe the overall story or purpose behind your business, your products, your services, the things that you actually sell, and how it actually connects to your potential customer. So there's actually three main reasons why you need a brand attached to your business. Number one, it helps you to easily sell online. So you're not just saying like, hey y'all, come buy this phone, or hey y'all, buy this coffee mug. Instead, it gives you something to actually talk about when you're marketing your products or your services, which in turn, number two, it gives your audience something to connect with. So it increases your sales online as well. And lastly, your brand is like one of the main things that helps you to stand out amongst competitors or people who are also in your industry. So yeah, y'all might sell some of the same things. However, it is your brand that's going to stand out to your customers, and it's going to differentiate you from other people in your same industry. Now, I'm going to teach you guys how to put together your brand and your brand story, and we'll go into what those things are. But first, let me give you some examples from my business of how I actually use this idea of having a brand, or remember, it's a story or a purpose behind my business or behind my products and services, in order to easily sell online and to connect with my customer. So if you guys don't know, I have like two separate businesses. So on one end, I have a clothing brand, a clothing store where I sell apparel online to my customers. And on the other end, I have a book and I sell coaching services, ebooks, and I have an entire coaching business for pretty much a separate audience. So I'm gonna give you guys an example for a product-based business and for a service-based business. So the first brand that I have, if you guys are not familiar, I have the Fearless Collection, and it says faith over fear. I said, okay, Natalie, the goal is for this to sell out. I want to sell this t-shirt out. I don't want any questions about why they should buy it. I want them to be wanting it. By the time it comes out, I want it to be instant sales, and that's exactly what happened. But to get there, it wasn't just a, hey y'all, buy this t-shirt. I wanted to really form a purpose or a story behind what I was selling. So number one, I knew what I was going to sell, this faith-based t-shirt. Number two, the question is, okay, who is going to buy it and why would they buy this? So we're making a brand. Once we know what we're going to sell, the question is, who is going to buy this and why would they actually buy it? So I sat and I thought, because I hadn't sold this t-shirt yet, who was, okay, this is going to be people who are fearless, people who want to overcome fear, people who want to do something new, people who need motivation. And they're going to buy it because it's going to help and motivate them. It's going to help them to stand out wherever they go. So because I determined this, when it was time to market the t-shirt, I promoted the brand before the shirt was even available. So I went on any social media platform I could find. I went on my personal Instagram, my business Instagram, personal Facebook, my YouTube channel, and I was now the brand ambassador for having faith over fear. I didn't promote a product. I wasn't talking about selling anything. I was promoting my brand. I was talking about why it's so important to have faith over fear. What is the point of being fearless? I was giving life experiences, examples of when I had to show fearlessness, whether it was when I moved to a city by myself or when it was I started my business on my own. I just talked about how being fearless was important, of having faith over fear was important. And so what ended up happening is people were jumping on and listening to me because they understood and connected with the message, which is why I said having a brand helps you to connect with your customer. These people were connecting with my business before I even had anything to sell because they were wanting to hear more of the brand, more of that story of having faith over fear. So when it was time to actually sell something, when I actually produced and created this fearless t-shirt, the people who were already connecting to my story, they were excited. They were running to purchase this fearless t-shirt. They were running to get this fearless merchandise. And so it's really powerful to create that story, and now you're going out and talking about it. Now, before I went and talked about it, I knew I was gonna have a t-shirt. So you should know first, what are you going to sell? And then you ask yourself, who's gonna buy it and why? Let's get into another example, because for everything I sell, there's gonna be like a story behind it to help me to effortlessly market it. So the next item that I sold is my book. If you guys are familiar with me, then you know I have a 30-day devotional. It's called Soul Food for the Entrepreneur. It can be found on Amazon and my website, and it's a 30-day devotional helping entrepreneurs grow in their faith, their wealth, and their success. I published this book back, I believe, in 2019. Yet before I even put the book out, again, I asked myself, who would buy this? So I knew I was going to be selling a book. That's my number one. What are you going to sell? Number two in creating your brand is, who's going to buy this? So I said, okay, I have this book on entrepreneurship and it's faith based. You know, it's based in Bible scripture, based in prayer, based in all those things. So I realized my audience for this book would be entrepreneurs, faith-based entrepreneurs looking to grow their business. And so why would they buy this? They're buying this because they want to increase their faith, they want to increase their sales, they want to have a better understanding on what God says about business. That's the why. So now that I know the why turns into your marketing. The why they're gonna buy it turns into what you say when you're going to talk about your product. So before I even had the book to sell, I actually started a weekly Bible study on my YouTube channel titled Soul Food for the Entrepreneur. And in that Bible study, I had a group of entrepreneurs who were looking to build a faith-based business. Now I did that because I genuinely felt led to have that Bible study, but also it's also great marketing and branding for the book, because once the Bible study is over, I can then say, hey, you guys, I've been talking about this faith-based business for a few months now. Now I have the accompanying book that's going to help you to further your faith and your business. And so before there was a product, there was a brand. So now I'm not just saying, hey, y'all, buy this just because. If I say that, I might get a sale or two, but because I have a brand, a story attached to it, a purpose attached to it, like they're now connected and they feel like they almost need what you're selling. And so the brand and the purpose and the story came first, then comes the product. And now if you're someone who you already have products and services, we'll get into some services next. If you already have those things, it's not too late to pause and create a brand and start promoting that brand. And so now, like, when it comes to promoting my book, it becomes a little bit easier. All I have to do is show up and promote the brand or the purpose behind the book, and in turn that helps customers to feel like I need this item. And because of that, my book sales, before I even published the book, people were buying the unofficial ebook copy of it. And then when it launched, the sales went crazy because people are now attached to the story behind what I'm selling. And then lastly, for my service-based business, so I sell different things in my service-based business, but again, we start with number one. What are you going to be selling? So let's say for this example, I'm going to be selling a one-on-one coaching session, a 90-minute, let's say a strategy session, right? So number two, who's going to be most likely to buy that? Or who am I serving in this particular service? So for this service, I normally service new entrepreneurs. And then number three, the question is, okay, well, why would they actually buy this? And in a service-based business, the real question is, like, what will they achieve at the end of this service? So for me, they're going to buy this because they need assistance with growing their business. They need help with reaching new customers. They need more effective marketing strategies. And at the end of this service, they'll receive the help they need for all of those different aspects of their business. So now that I know the why, they're going to purchase this because they need this type of assistance. Now when it's time to market, I'm on social media and I could just say, hey y'all, I have coaching services available. Or I could lead with the brand, the story, or the purpose behind what I'm selling. So what that looks like is, so I'm on social media like, okay, calling all entrepreneurs, right? The who. Then I say the why. Who's ready to grow their business? Who's tired of not knowing what to say when they get on social media? Who's ready to get in front of those new customers? I'm talking about all these things that I know that my audience is looking for. And then I attach my service to that. So then I say, okay, for the next 2 weeks, I'm offering 90-minute coaching sessions for entrepreneurs ready to actually learn some marketing and get in front of the right customer. So for us service-based entrepreneurs, you want to lead with the outcome or the brand or the purpose behind what you're selling, and that's gonna help your customers attach to that, your clients attach to that. So when it's time to sell, they're already all ears, they're already ready to purchase. So we're gonna end every day with an action item for you to go and take into your business. So before we meet tomorrow, I want you to go ahead and craft your who, your what, and your why. So what are you going to be selling, or what do you already sell, whether it's a product or a service? List those things out. And then number 2, who is most likely to buy those things from you? And then lastly, the most important one is why. Why would they buy this? Why do they need this? And so it's gonna take you some time to really sit and think about the why. And when you think about the why, think about something that's going to make you unique and stand out. So if you put yourself next to a similar business selling the exact same thing, why would your customer come to you and not them? So why would they choose you opposed to another business? What makes you special? What makes you stand out? So write those things down and let's determine what is our brand. Once you're clear on your brand and once you're really clear with the foundation and the purpose behind your business, we can then go to the next step, which is going to be making those connections and increasing those sales. So make sure you stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be back here at the same place talking about your customers and how to get in front of them.